if you are fortunate enough to be able to give help, offer help openly and without any reservation. And if you're in need of help, please do not hesitate to ask. This is the time when people are most giving and open to helping each other out because we are all in it together.
So joining me on the line today, I've got Divya Gupta from Maya Marketing. Welcome to the call, Divya.
Thank you so much, David. My pleasure to be here today.
Maybe tell us a bit about what Divya Marketing specializes in and what they do.
Absolutely. So Maya Marketing is a specialist MarTech company that helps small and medium enterprises with their marketing, but specializing in digital marketing needs. So even long before COVID hit us, digital was booming in its exploration of marketing channels.
Yeah.
And a lot of the small and medium enterprises were struggling with the idea of where do I start? How do I start? How much do I invest in this? The price points and the proliferation of channels per se used to be quite daunting. More so since COVID hit us and everyone was scrambling to go digital, it has become imperative for a consultancy like Maya Marketing to help small and medium enterprises come to the table with a really clear roadmap of what to adopt based on their business needs at this point in time.
So tell me,
marketing does and does really successfully.
Yeah, fantastic. Tell me a bit about what you're doing to navigate the current economic climate.
As a consultancy, very much like everyone else, a lot of us are facing the peaks and troughs of our business. A lot of the business has disappeared in the market. However, one of the things that I'm really focused on is, there are a couple of things that I'm really focused on. One is making sure I'm giving my clients, existing clients, a lot of value. So add value on top of what they actually had commissioned me for. Loving it. So it has become a very close symbiotic relationship where I give a lot more value and they enjoy because they're in a growth spurt of their own. This is a great time for them to get that extra support. And the second thing that I'm focusing on is I'm networking like crazy. So I'm getting called out by a lot of ex-clients, customers, or people generally in the marketplace who reach out to me asking for help or even offering help. And I'm just helping people connect each other. So in that way, I think that it is a long-term game. I am preparing for not just this month and the next month, but hopefully in the 6 months when we turn the corner, I shall be able to call on a few more people, pick up the phone and say, is there anything for us to work on together? And that'll be an opening for me.
Great, great. So tell me a bit about your clients and what opportunities you see for them in this current market.
Well, there's huge opportunities in adopting digital marketing at this point. So no doubt about that. For my clients, a couple of them are small enterprises, tech enterprises that are on a growth spurt. Two of them are also medium-sized enterprises, so they're quite stable, but they are looking for lead acquisition, lead generation, those kind of activities. Opportunities for them are abound. They can trial new things. This is the best time to try new things and see what works for them. But also be very clear about what they want in terms of their goals and not be tempted to spread too thin across too much. So keeping them in shape is where the opportunity is for a consultancy like mine to come in and say, this is how you start, this is your roadmap, and this is what we can achieve, and then build on that. So testing and learning, but also building on your basics. Those are the two things my clients are really focused on.
Yeah, fantastic. And tell me about what you've learned personally out of this whole sort of climate, the economic climate we're in.
Yeah, lots of personal lessons for all of us, David. For me, first and foremost, gratitude and being thankful for what we have. A lot of our business community is doing worse off than most of us that I get in touch with. I'm always thankful for what I have. I've had my troughs as well, but I always look out for the positive, the support of my friends and family. That is the second thing. I think just being able to connect with my teenage girl, and for 8 months being in her face has been a great lesson of patience, I think. But for me, generally the idea of learning to be more self-aware, learning to sort out your priorities. This has been the personal opportunity for me. So time to reflect on things, time to be able to spend time with family, and reprioritize my life a little bit, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's been a great reset for a lot of people in business, just to be able to sort of, even in life, just to
Yes,
stop and reflect on what's going on and what's important to you, huh?
absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic. Let me ask you a bigger question. The best piece of business advice you've ever received?
Oh, one of my clients actually pushed me towards learning new skills. I think of all the things that I've gone through in these last 8, 9 months, that has come out tops for me. Yes, I did have a lot of time to sort of reprioritize my life. But one of the things that I wasn't quite putting on top of my list was getting new skills for my own personal and professional development.
Yeah.
And one of my clients really pushed me, and because of her own business need or project need, she asked me to learn a new software to embellish her flyers and her presentation. But that was something that I was like, oh, I know PowerPoint, I'm good with it, and I'm comfortable. So I was settled in my comfort zone, but pushing myself for a new skill was something completely out of it was a curveball for me. And but I took it on. I took on the challenge and learned a completely new set of skills in 2 weeks. So I'm actually pretty proud that I pushed myself a little bit more. So my advice to people out there would be just take your time, just don't hesitate, throw yourself into it. You will always be richer for it.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. And let me ask you, obviously learning is important to you. Do you have a favorite book?
Oh, well, could be personal, professional, either one. I'll give you both. One of my favorite authors professionally, not directly related to my business, but generally how to see things differently, is Malcolm Gladwell. So love his Tipping Point book. And for that matter, the entire series, whatever he writes, I really enjoy looking at data, looking at trends in a very different way and coming to a very different way of resolving problems, bigger problems than just what we see in the business sphere. So for me, he is a great inspiration as well. And personally, I'm a little bit of a softie. I love poetry. So I have a Persian poet whose works translated in English are full of meaning and philosophy of life. And his name is Khalil Gibran. So I love his books.
Yes, yeah, no, well, Khalil Gibran.
Yes, that's beautiful. So that's my reading list. You will see a lot of that Khalil's works and poetry pasted on my walls. I love him. I love his works.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. Let me ask you one last question. What's your number one piece of advice for someone in business right now?
If you are fortunate enough to be able to give help, offer help openly and without any reservation. And if you're in need of help, please do not hesitate to ask. This is the time when people are most giving and open to helping each other out, because we are all in it together. So do not hesitate to give or receive this love, this help, because there's plenty to out there to reaching out to you.
Yeah, fantastic.
Advice.
Awesome. Divya, thanks so much for your time today. It's been a real pleasure to have a chat and just understand a bit more about who you are.
Fantastic. Thank you for the opportunity, David.
Pleasure.